want to point out, I just remembered something because this is literally what I'm having right now. It's a cheese salad. It's light. It's part skim, shredded mozzarella, with some old ass Wegmans lettuce that still actually tastes pretty good. I put a bunch of balsamic glaze dressing on it as a dressing to kind of help cope with the slight sourness of the lettuce kind of being, and it worked, right? That's Father always argued that the best chefs use the best ingredients. And I'm like, only if they're in the best place. But it's making me reminisce real quick. So I remember having something a lot like this when I was a kid in school. Remember, at least in our public school systems, lunches have to be provided. This has been something that I kind of feel has been skirted. Now, whether or not there's a law in every which state or municipality that lunches have to be provided, I think they're kind of sort of, they at least have to be there, not free. They have to be subsidized. But the rule of thumb with school lunches, as my father was always very clear to tell me, because he was always listening to a lot of audiobooks and a lot of documentary stuff, but he would teach me to reinforce it to himself, at least for the period. And it was helpful because I actually linked on to a lot of shit my father taught me. Which is great. It's actually fucking amazing. We don't get along all the time. But I constantly am forced to be... I'm constantly forced to be stuck with my own genius, I guess is the way that I can put it. And the fact of the matter is, though, that Dad taught me about these school lunches that were implemented post-World War II. And what was the deal? Why were school lunches suddenly a thing? Why are public schools suddenly a thing? Why, right, more centralized public schools? Why were football teams suddenly becoming a thing, right? These are all discussions that we had in around the same time. His dad was learning a lot about it at the time. Dad was interested in the change of culture that was occurring in the United States post-World War II. Well, Dad, you picked an excellent period to get interested in. Because it was the time of your upbringing. And I realized I don't know too much about the time and the period of my upbringing other than the IPs that were being marketed. Isn't that funny? Damn, I can't believe this is already at 50%. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'll get more of the white ones. This lasted me longer. Because the nation had realized a new need. We were simply underprepared. We were simply underprepared for total war. We were underprepared for total war. That's what they realized. Oh, fuck. After all this World War II shit started, and now we're here, right? Why do we have to put on such a big offense? Because we weren't ready. We had no fucking idea. We had no fucking idea. And now total war, an engine needed to sleep. An engine needed to sleep within our nation, right? Essentially, something that could be triggered and tapped on as a military-industrial complex, a full working military-industrial complex. Now, the argument that I have made in the past is I'm not fucking against this, as long as we keep the human rights valid. We got to keep the human rights valid. I'm not the fuck against this. We could have bastion states for our country, but we need to do it as a single federal entity. That's kind of it. We've really turned off the alarm bells in a lot of places. We've turned off the alarm bells. It's hard to balance and live a life. Right. It's hard to balance and live a life while you're aware of the stresses occurring outside of our boundaries. And then the stress is sent directly towards us on purpose from outside of our boundaries. The stress is sent directly towards us from the people from inside our boundaries. Right? It's tough. But to kind of, I'm sorry, I have to keep getting in. Cheese salad. Cheese salad. Cheese salad, at least, right, was one of the options as afforded by the school lunch system and program that we had South Brunswick, right? Some central New Jersey where I grew up in. And did Chartwell's eventually. The lunch program specifically slapped. The lunch program specifically slapped 1 year. Not that it was super bad. Like, it was actually, like, the high school lunch system was impressive. The middle school lunch system was way more impressive than it had any right to be. That was impressive. I was not expecting such a huge upgrade from lunch in elementary school to lunch in middle school. That really was apparent. But the lunch in elementary school portion wasn't so bad 1 year, and it was the year that I was not in the bigger centralized elementary school, which was Indian Fields. And the lunch ladies, they were fine. They had to deal with a lot more fucking people. Holy shit. They were nice. I double order. I invented the double order. That was me. That was me. I invented the double order. It's just the kid needed more. And so that was a thing. So they needed to like get a method in their system in place that could just handle that. It was like a double order. What? It really was like that, a double order. What does that mean? And then it became a thing. It really did. I wasn't the only one getting it. All my friends at my table saw me with my double order, and they were like, "Yo, what? You can get double orders?" It's like, "Yep, I'm apparently." Oh shit. School Chartwell's, I presume, was running it at the time, but I don't know. They must have been pleased with me. They must have fucking loved my ass. So I was in an interest group. Second grade. I wasn't in the more centralized clubs in the tinier one. And I was in an interest group called the Yak Committee. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, it was full on interest group. It was tiny, right? And it wasn't weird at all. It was like a few meetings, a few group meetings where they were asking us, "What do you guys want to say?" Dead ass! They asked us that. What do you guys want to say? And I'm like, you're really asking me, a second grader, what I want to say. Here's the thing. Motherfuckers, they listened. I said mozzarella sticks. They could be the... I didn't point this out, but they must have realized they could be, right, the part skim kinds. They'll still be ooey gooey. Fry those fuckers up all the same. It's, right, to me today, I'll say, that's protein, baby. And it's attractive, and all kids love mozzarella sticks. You'd have to be worried about the choking. Because I almost choked on quite a few mozzarella sticks. That's... Gotta be careful with those. Only mozzarella sticks can have, like, the piece of mozzarella stick that, like, hovers, right? You take a bite, and you, like, chew it a bit, but not a lot. You just swallow it, and, like, a whole pill. And then, but there's still that horrible trail of mozzarella, right? It's stuck, and it's still connected to the piece of mozzarella stick that you have. It's just kind of there, and you don't know for this moment if you are going to die tonight. You could die. You could die right now, instantaneously. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Tell my wife and children they love them. I love them. Right? I'm sorry, I got a Democrat update. Tell my wife and kids I love them. I have been... Hello, Democrats. Yes, charge my phone. Thanks, Democrats. Tell my wife and children I love them. I'm going to die from this little tiny string of mozzarella cheese that has failed to sever when it was that I thought that sending it down my throat would just pull it apart. Nope. Nope, you better watch. You got to chew your cheese. Got to cut that away and make sure all that's in your mouth before you swallow. It's like, nope, that has not come conventionally to me. To me, the second or third grader with the mozzarella cheese stick. But I was never at school I had this issue. It was at Perkins. Mozzarella sticks came. I recommended cookies. They were like, these are not healthy choices. I'm like, you asked me what I wanted. I literally answered like this. I was the second grader and I answered, these aren't very healthy choices. Like, you guys asked me what I wanted. You asked me what kids want. I'm right here. I'm literally sitting at the table, and it's like, what do you guys want? It's like cookies and mozzarella sticks. It's like, and they look at the others. They heard me. And again, cookies, not great. Mozzarella sticks, not a bad choice. Good thinking. Vegetarian. You had a bunch of Indian kids around, didn't you? Mozzarella sticks were an excellent choice. That was kind of it. Like, it was like they always had vegetarian options. They did. And the cheese salad was one of them. I personally, don't tell anyone this, I fucking love the cheese salad. Actually, when I would get the vegetarian options, sometimes I'd have to because I'd forget to bring in my fucking lunch money check. I had all the money in the world, I'd just forget to bring it in. They still let you get food. You have to get the bagged lunch, the cold lunch. Half the time, that cold lunch was better than any fucking one of the warm ones they were making. Like, that's like, just to be so fucking real with you, the cold lunch could be better than the warm one a lot of the days. So that was one of the games that I started to employ. It really was. I was like, okay. Oh, lasagna for lunch today? Okay. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, can I get that fucking cup full of cheese and just a little bit of lettuce, please? Excellent. And it really was. It was a cup full of cubed ass cheese. It was like cheddar and white. Alright, cheddar and white American. It wasn't shredded. It was cubed. It would be over lettuce. You got, like, your choice of dressing of, like, 3. Gotta get French. What a system. What a fucking system. Could get a cheese sandwich. Seems like shit, right? Nah. Potentially that cheese sandwich is better for you than a deli meat sandwich due to the lack of sodium. There's still a decent amount of protein in that cheese. That was probably American cheese, mostly fat, but still. The cheddar cheese found in the cold lunch salad cup was the best one, and I think technically was one of the, quote, bagged lunch or cold lunch options that you would have to take if you didn't have money in your account that day. Fine. Fine. What a system. One day, I think stuff broke down, like the ovens broke. I've said this story before, but they just bought everybody Taco Bell. It's Taco Bell tacos, right? This wasn't the only time it happened. It was like once or twice a year. They were just normal fucking tacos from Taco Bell. You know the legend. The way the legend courses through the hallways. And it's like, again, this is the smaller second grade school. It was just second graders who went to this one. Everybody else went to the centralized one that was first grade and then second through fifth. And kindergarten also in this one. Damn. Kindergarten first, skip second, third through fifth. All went to this other one. It's a smaller school, so in other words, word traveled fast. I was so privileged to have this 1 year in this school that looked like this. Why? Because it was cool. This school was so different looking than the other one. How do I know? Well, this one wasn't built post Columbine. This one was built way before Columbine. Indian Fields, I'm pretty certain, built post Columbine. And it showed it. Wide open hallways. Wide open hallways. Nothing narrow, right? Didn't have that it was planned for it. It was planned for lockdown procedures. It was built not like a prison though. No, it wasn't. It was this beautiful medium between how you may have built a school post Columbine and making a honestly gorgeous interior space. It was the architecture interior is nothing, not that special. It's a bunch of bricks and stuff, right? A bunch of long ass hallways and brick. No, it had like a courtyard in the center of it. There's Indian Fields, big old gazebo, beautiful greeneries, right? Um, Playground was dank. The man, don't get me started. Like, you want to you want to head over to the Indian Fields playground. Shit was pretty cool. It was all right. It was an all right playground. There are much better playgrounds out there. Don't get me wrong. This one had lots of space. Had different playgrounds. The younger kids' playground and the older kids' playground, if I recall. The older kids' playground sported more room, and more access to like the dirt fields and stuff. Now you were only kind of sorta allowed to be on the dirt fields, right? That was kind of far out. If you were an extended stayer, right? If you were a part of the after school program, you can kind of skirt the rules a little bit. You just had to make sure you checked back in, you didn't disappear, nothing. Pretty much. pretty much. So then you can do kickball in the dirt fields is the same at the same age. They won't let you do it during recess. It's a whole different ballpark. Cute teen girl who's doing after school program. Cute young ass 20 something. Fucking, if I recall back in my head, back in the back of my mind now. Oh my god, fine as fuck. Holy shit, didn't even think about that. Didn't even think about that. Yeah, though, damn. Yeah. Oh, yes, she was black. She didn't like me much. We got. I got on her nerves. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the moments where I feel good about my place, but it's like that, and any kind of good origin stories, fuck all that, and it's just like at the moment I'm like, you don't feel good about your place with the full origin story. You feel good about this place when you're thinking like, oh fuck, thanks Martin Luther King Jr. and shit. Like, oh fuck, that same school, second grade, that we saw the Martin Luther King Jr. like going back in time cartoon, right? We saw that. It's 522. We saw that there. Um, this was third grade with this woman back over at Indian Fields. Um, making it sound weird. Making it sound weird. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. This is the first time I've ever thought in this direction, and I'm like, I didn't even realize. And I have a really good depiction of this person in my brain too. Like, it's awful because my kid brain. But the male brain was still scanning all of it, wasn't it? It was there the whole time. It was there the whole time in the background, just going. I stuck by my friends. What did I do in Indian Fields? I stuck by Shannira. I stuck by Shannira. That was fucked up. Remember, it's kids. I don't. It was just fucked up because I fucking adore Mr. Brennan. That was just a whole can of fucked up. That was a whole can of fucked up. I was aware of what was going on there the whole time. I was like, I don't fucking know what to do. Everybody in the class would be so mean to Shannira. She was different. She was neurodivergent. She would misbehave. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But she couldn't help it. It was so obvious she couldn't help it. Oh fuck. We couldn't help it. They couldn't help it. Yeah. Remember, it's the example. They know not what they do. They know not what they do. But yeah, I was a leader and I couldn't help it. I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize it. Everybody was looking up to me. Still do. Shinaira, I put under my wing. It's like I put another kid under my wing. I was in fourth grade. Third grade, I put another kid under my wing. It was Miss Jellen's class. Everybody was mean to a neurodivergent kid in there too. But I remember, it was the really, really neurodivergent kids. It was the part where it was like congenital stuff, and faces would look different. So now the poor kid is a full individual, right? Person, beliefs, thoughts, desires, hopes, dreams, just like the rest of us. They have to fall into the determination of the uncanny valley. When even I might be sounding like a cocksucker calling it the uncanny valley. Further fortifying and instituting, anchoring, re-anchoring the idea that that should be uncanny. I do work with kids later in even, quote, uncannier valleys. Um, I was friends with Chris. I was friends with the wonderful woman who was Chris's aide. I don't remember her name. She's a wonderful blonde woman. She reminds me of Pauline. JR's, my uncle's, my late uncle's wife. Pauline. She reminds me of her. This woman had documentation. She was of direct lineage from George Washington himself. Yeah. And she was helping genetically, well, at least I would presume, assumedly genetically underprivileged kids. Or assumedly, congenitally underprivileged kids. She was the angel to Chris. Oh, fuck. And she had to cope with it as an adult. How everyone would shun him. Look different, sound different, behave wild out just a little bit more. It's not that different. Like 0.005% different behaviorally. Slight. Start perceiving differences, threshold, boundaries. Where am I supposed to be? Then. Where am I supposed to be? Where does becoming too different become too different? Where does becoming different enough become too different? Fuck that. Chris is the man. But even I crying because by 5th grade. And I was coping with additional stress and trauma from the current teacher there, but she was also cool. She scared my ass into learning. I did really fucking well in her class. But that was not the classroom really for myself nor Chris. Fifth grade teachers were there to kind of break you into the idea that you were going to middle school next. They'd scare the bejeebers out of you. They'd scare the bejeebers out of you. And so then when you went to sixth grade, it wouldn't be so bad. But then when you got to sixth grade, it was like this really weird placing. Like, how the hell did they know to get us in all of our units? How was that determined? Was that random? Or what? How did you profile that? What? Could be RNG. I don't know. How did you get us into our units in middle school? What litmus testing were we doing? Right? Is there anything, or was it really just random? Right, it was the first unit placement, and that's sixth grade. Then the second unit placement, that's seventh and eighth. So what? Then they know how to place you in high school for all of your classes at a more granular level, even up to and including the randomness of. They don't keep records on uniqueness like that. They don't have metadata tracking like that. It's not crazy to assert this ideology either, because we didn't have metadata tracking the way we have it, the way we started to have it, like 2012. 2012 was like the end. That was the thanks Obama. Um, but he was anti-SOPA. But there, some very. This is the big shift in the internet as I saw it. 2012. 2012 was when I started seeing things get locked down, thus the places that were dark, and I already had a bit of a finger on the pulse of how the things that were dark. Um, Things that were dark were getting deeper and more dark, right? Things that were a bit kind of threshold puritanically biased got really super high above threshold puritanically biased. It got harder to find stuff that I remembered where to go back to and look for it time and time and time a fucking again. And it wasn't like this in 2010. The internet still looked the way it did in 2010, the way it did in 2008, the way it did in 2006. It looked updated, looked streamlined. It didn't look like different, and I didn't feel locked down. I didn't feel restrained. Right? The algorithms weren't trying to take stuff away from you that you knew you were looking for already. It wasn't doing that shit yet. Algorithms be trying to take people like me and my cohort, right? But like specify what deficiencies they might have neurologically, or what symptoms or what behaviors they occur behaviorally most often, right? And so they might be able to tap in. Oh, he's got bad memory. Oh, he's got ADHD. We can mark him more stuff. Oh, he's very verbose. He extrapolates all the time. Let's get him in front of as much stuff as possible while we take away the thing that he knows already. He should be able to find in like a 4-word search in the first click and should be on the top of the results. This stopped. 2012, I saw it and I'm like, Google's getting worse. Google got immediately worse. I was like, what the fuck? Um, and then the pushed advertisements, and my own friends were like, what the fuck? Discord, they were like, oh, it's like they don't create the echo chamber around you. I didn't say this at all, but this was the insinuation. I can get back to it. They don't create the echo chamber around you like you think. They won't give you results that already conform to your ideas. And I'm like, they most fucking certainly well do. I don't know from what resource it is that isn't your own organic thought that is leading to that deduction, or if perhaps you had read that resource as like a trusted source to you and then let it into confirmation bias against your own sample there. But at least to me, with the same potentials in place, right, with my blind spot in place, or like I'm considerate to it that it could be confirmation bias and ad hoc analysis on my part, no, as somebody who's constantly looking to confirm their own biases but also disarm them, um I find that the internet is almost potently trying to confirm where it is that I'm already coming from. And I was specifically, I was saying what this is one of two things. Originally it was that it had to be a specified slice of the internet, right? Specified slice of the internet that was specifically artificialized to look this way for me because that's what the algorithm thinks I want. Later in life, more recently, I'm witnessing no, it may have been closer to a different kind of thing. But there are really two more different chances. The other way it goes is that I'm some kind of special Nielsen family guy for the internet. You aren't told, you don't know, but when you start rising up the ranks enough, they start just reflecting your fucking thoughts. Oh, it's still two choices left. The other one is that I just happen to be reflecting what's mostly on the internet to the most inherent sample size. I would say that this would be suggestive that, oh, I've just been assimilated into the status quo. And that is where I will also go ahead and again refrain and say, no. Because if the stuff that I'm seeing is in fact of the status quo, I don't believe it, right? Because the stuff I'm seeing is incredibly awesome journalism, right? From folks like The Atlantic calling out our UN, our Security Council, calling out our government, calling out the various world powers and interests for the circumstances that we directly perpetuate and even support, which is the genocide in Gaza. So no, I don't think they're pushing that one mainstream to most people. I will say the Atlantic is continually one of the few. It's not. It ascends the status of rag. And in fact, it just kind of keeps shooting. I don't even read the Atlantic that much anymore. That's the Atlantic, and it's a magazine. It's not a rag. The Atlantic manages to output better ideas, fresher takes, more de-escalating ideas, right? And I have seen most any of the Washington Post, New York Times. It's fucking sad. NPR is pretty good, but NPR mutes. You don't even realize how much NPR mutes, but NPR mutes. And I believe I've seen some people fired for that. Maybe. It's the other thing, though, is that the other ones, not that they're bad. I love Washington Post and I love New York Times. It's terrifying to me. I hate the Guardian. I fucking hate the Guardian. It's a funny name for something though, because Guardian, you know. But when it comes to the Guardian, I find that their stuff is so reactionary, and the Guardian does like these awful fucking things, right? Things that I need to see removed from the media altogether, which is very obvious lobbying, or like some level high end marketing interest wants a certain idea to be downput. They want a behavior to be corrected. They want the public to see bad. No. No. And so what the Guardian will do, the Guardian will go on to a post with like 47,000 views, up to 420,000 views. If you are in the know, not shit. Ain't nothing. But it stokes a certain circumstance of racial concern, of like patriarchal insinuations or anti right stuff that is happening, right? What did I see most recently? It was in the tubes in the UK, their subway, their subway system, right? And there was an ad ran by Heinz, and it is of a beautiful black bride in a pretty white gown, or a pretty white wedding dress, and a white groom, right? The white groom's family members are to the right of the bride, right? They are kind of hoity-toity, like, oh, kind of looking like Colonel Sanders a little bit, like, just have that. They have that old look, um, almost gaudy. And then there's the black bride's parents only. It's not parents, it's parent. It's just it's just their mom. You don't see a dad. Now, could it be that Heinz didn't feel like paying for an extra actor for the photo? Potentially. Is it potential that they wanted to spin in an idea, right? Oh, maybe one of the parents is dead. Maybe that's why. Maybe. Potential. Did they want to insinuate the idea, right, that black fathers are unpresent? I would certainly hope not. I don't necessarily think that Heinz was specifically trying to stoke this one subjectively or subconsciously, but if we feel that Heinz is looking to take a hit like this, and like specifically was how tone deaf. It's like literally just loads of people tone deaf, tone deaf. Black fathers do exist. Good black fathers absolutely exist. 100%. Totally down with it. Mm. Guardian, what I dislike about this is that the way it is that you're trying to bring insight to this is by claiming that this post on Twitter has gone viral with like 420,000 views. I would like to know where your incredibly minute threshold of virality might extend from, because I'm not necessarily feeling it. I'm not feeling it. But we'll go ahead and say that's viral. Why? Well, because we want to take these Twitter users and make it seem like what they say on Twitter matters. We want to go ahead, right? And we want to really push forward that, look, we either have so little news worth reporting on. This is what we're going to push to people, right? We want the the views of how, like, the look. We want people to see how they're going to be bashed in public here from the simulations. Hear from the simulations. I want you to feel exactly. Just go ahead and wonder it for yourself. Imagine in real life if you were to do something. What if you defended it? Well, if somebody is like in front of the ad saying the black father, that's like, oh, so yeah, it's kind of fucking weird. They fucking didn't put that in there. But it's just like, what if you found yourself in a faux pas situation? What does this serve as? Well, advertisers, you better worldwide advertisers, you better be sure to include as many parents, right, in representation, like equally. So if you wanted, you could have had the white groom's mom or white groom's dad there, and the black bride's mom there, each, and then nobody would have batted an eye. But since the white groom had two parents and the black bride had one, you run the risk of it being insinuated or looking like you are insinuating that there are no black dads, at least in the Heinz universe. At least this particular episode of the Heinz universe, which we as a people don't necessarily like. That's not the way it is. No. There's certainly no data correlation that would insinuate that black fathers, being less privileged, less equipped, more downtrodden, right? More restricted, more laden with stereotype threats, more profiled, and more whipped than most all other men surrounding them. They find themselves disabled from being able, right? Many of them find themselves disabled from being able to stick around. Do I blame the individuals? Right? No. I don't blame the individuals for the fact that this data must not exist. Right? Because we're erasing it. That's the plan. We're erasing it. That's not how it is. That's never how it was. Fucking shame on you, Heinz. It's 5:48. We need to... Yo, 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 yo! Is that what it is? Guardian? No, it's a conversation. It's a conversation until you lie about it being viral. Now it feels like an attack on Heinz. Did Hunts pay off? That's not viral, Guardian. I want to let you know you've probably run like hundreds, maybe up to thousands of these articles. I've seen them over and over and over again while I crawl through my Apple News feed for years and years and years. Like 7, 8. Pretty much the moment Apple News became a thing, I was all over it. You're not the only person to post. You're not the only group to post these. But when I see it from you, right, I think I've seen it from WAPO. I think I've seen it from the Times. It's not news. It's not news. These are mini psyops, right? It's propaganda. It's propaganda. It's calling them psyops. It's fucking propaganda. Cut it the fuck out. Cut it the fuck out. Why? Because, Guardian, you're supposed to be fucking reporting on the good stuff that you report and call out. And you do, but you lower yourself. At least wait for it to get viral. Not 420,000 views. At least 420,000 upvotes, but even that's kind of like, Well, I mean, for Twitter, that'd be fucking insane. But it's not. It happens. That's viral, though. 4.2 million views, 10 million views. That's viral. 420,000 views, had like no likes. Had like no likes. That's not viral. Viral's when everybody's seeing something. I mean, I'm talking about like Kony 2012 fucking viral. I'm talking about Rebecca fucking Black Friday viral. Motherfuckers, I'm talking. Just stop limiting how viral is. Viral is when the whole fucking country is talking about something. Viral is everybody dressing in pink to see the fucking Barbie movie. Viral is a big fucking deal. This random fucking person's post about the Heinz bottle of sauce being on the black bride's white dress, right? And the black bride doesn't have enough black parents is not viral. Well, so that's right. I want to see Rebecca White. I want to see Rebecca White Tuesday. Rebecca White's Tuesday. I want to see it. I'm not pleased. Unless the next thing you fuckers are posted about from your tubes in UK happens to be about Rebecca White's Tuesday, I want to hear about it. That's not viral, Guardian. That's not viral. It's not. I just can't quite believe it. It's not. What happened to Brock Stubbs? Can we just get Brock back, please? That was so good. It's not quite viral enough for you, Mike. Start calling out. No, you see, man, when I'm saying viral, it's gotta be like Kony fucking 2019. It's gotta be COVID 2012. It's gotta be COVID 2012. COVID 12. You guys have to know what I'm talking about, right? It's just, no, I'm not trying to limit the fact that it's like we don't want to be perpetuating suggestions of this. It's just like more so when I see the Guardian posting these things, it's like you're posting example of somebody like meh, and then all of the people in the comments going meh, 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 meh. Right, new posts from Twitter. So you see this new hotness and going, meh. And you start scrolling through the comments, everybody going, meh, 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 meh. I can't even read it anymore sometimes. It's like, meh, 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 meh. And I'm like, hey, man, I understand the virtues you're supporting. I support them like I back the blue. With the red and white and the stars and stripes are true. But at the same rate, this is just some bullshit. Oh my god, stop trying to stoke us all the fuck up all the time. It's just stupid. It's stupid. Okay, yes. Rant, it is 5:55. Mike, have you ranted enough at The Guardian for the virtue signal? It's not even virtue signaling. It's important stuff. I understand. Sets a good... It sends a message. Does it send the right message? I don't know. Did it pop up on my news feed? I suppose it did. Let's see what we got today. Yes, news with Mike. Is that enough news for you, Mike? Oh, Trump breaks on stage. What happened? Why do they always do that? Why, like, oh, what do they do? What are they doing to our boy? What have they done to my boy? Trump is trashing auto workers, which means that all the auto workers now looking to read what Trump is saying really, really closely. Trump says the president should weigh in on but not order federal rate decisions. Are you fucking kidding me, homie? Are you guys like seeing this shit? Are you fucking seeing this shit? What the fuck? Yeah, number 45 over here wants to go ahead and take away the fucking executive branch's control over interest rates. Fuck you! Fuck you! Oh my fucking god. Give me a second. Alright. Gloves are coming on. Trump. Buddy. Time. Oh shit. No shit. Oh shit. Trump, I need to. Oh, Trump. God damn it. Now, I hear what you're saying about these radical libs. You know, there's definitely something we gotta do something about it, but. Let's talk about first, right? Federal interest rates. And how it is that they stop inflation. As one of the few places that it is that we have, right, as a government, to stop inflation if we need to. As one of the few tools at our arsenal that we know has a direct correlation on inflation. And shit's already fucking run away. You want to go ahead and take it away? Oh, is this the part where we all vote you in? Or none of us do, and you still somehow get voted in anyways, right? And you take away, right? You take away this interest rates power that the presidency should have. And then all the companies just like, oh, don't play. All the prices get so good. We're like, we're in the money, right? We're all of us down below for 4 years, like, oh, Trump bad. And we're all like, ding, 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 ding. We all got a bunch of money. And then it's like, all right. He's like, all right, President Xi, roll him in. And it's like the assault. It's the assault. But like, yeah, ultimately, it's just like, I laugh maniacally because it's just too, it's too much. It's too legit. It's too rational. It's too Occam's razor. I need something to drink. Oh my fucking god, I need something to drink. I need liquid. Oh my god. Oh shit. Aurora, save the, oh god, Aurora. talk about these fucking insane libs. I want to hear about the insane libs. I said, get in there, Canada Dry. I ain't done with you yet. I ain't done with you yet. All right, I'm never done with you. All right, here's what I'm saying right now. These fucking crazy, insane libs, they're fucking everywhere, and they're driving all around and shit. They're doing the. They got all the fucking license plates. You see, they got the little stickies. They got the little sticky. When they see the little stickies, it makes them want to go vroom, vroom. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think they know what I'm saying. So it's like, you see, if you're feeling like a little bit of a tension, right? You're feeling a little bit of a squeeze, huh? So you want to go up, and you want to go, yeah, it's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, it's crazy libs, man. It's crazy libs. Oh, shit. Aurora, Venus, we got too many portals open. It's full. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. There's a lot of portals. I felt the ones. Okay, so. Sandwiching a zero, slutty. Ooh. You mean it's 6:02 p.m. already? I don't even start yet. So no, Trump. We are not taking away the executive branch's ability to adjust interest rates. I understand we probably want to kick it down to Congress. Why? So that it could be filibustered enough, and thusly no federal interest rate change could never walk it across the board in the amount of time it needs to again. If you move something closer to Congress, you are moving it into a place that it will never move. That's what you know. Don't fucking do that. Don't think we don't fucking have the ability to do this immediately. I'm just a little fucking tiny piece in your sample. Now, if we needed to create the Crazy Lib Show, in order for me, as a Crazy Lib, to walk to you exactly how it is that things are going to be going. But, like, on top of that, I want you to know I'm trying to parse around and feel, sir, for where your ideals might truly sit in the giant clusterfuck pile of them that contradict each other so self-readily that I don't know where to begin. Which ideals of Trump's are the ones that I'm supposed to believe that you actually believe in? But you've done a genius job. I'm not trying to be sarcastic, sir. I'm not. You've done a genius job essentially spelling it out. It can't be you. If the American people choose you, then they seal your and everyone's fate. You are a devil's advocate. You've come to symbolize an omega of sorts. An end, right? Kamala might symbolize alpha, a beginning. An obvious choice. But you see, nobody's gonna consider, like, democracy religiously. Nobody. Right? That's where it's like, you gotta go, honestly, to the current standing chief. What's up, Biden? Sir. the way it is that I might have to perceive the way things are going now, again, I don't put it on you, because you at least spoke out. You're at least in position of power right now at this moment. They have essentially made you into a puppet for the time being, I suppose, sir. I do not trust the DNC. I really like your pedigree. Always have. I think the people that weren't so big on Obama might have even been a bit bigger on you. But then, what you did was on paper stuck your neck out for liberal policy, regardless of any amount of bluffing. And remember, when I'm going to walk back home with everybody, it's right, I'm watching it, is that you did get bankruptcy protections back on board for student loan debt. Student debtors can file for bankruptcy and expect protections again. It was a reversal. The reason they didn't have this was because of you, in part. Not so much just you. It was how you managed to get in. You went in through the banks. That was your lobbying interest. You had banking lobbying interests. I am aware of that. I'm not disconnected on it. With all of the weird conspiratorial shit that it is that I invest myself in, I suppose. I really just can't help but think about it these days. But no, I understand the certain amount of bathing in the goat's blood that needs to occur for you to even rise up, to even be postured to make a change in a system where it's so many fucking checks and balances that you should never be allowed to actually incur them. How the hell was it that Obama actually got that Obamacare thing through the window anyways? What the fuck gives? Right? And that's the thing. That's a real thing. That was not a real thing. You were with the guy who made that a real thing. You were a part of what made that guy get in. You looked like a white enough, old enough kind of guy. You worked well together. They made you into the sleepy one. You were a bit older. What was the pageantry there? That Obama would look younger. That Obama would look like the shit. You were great. Still are great. I don't care how fucking old you are. Maybe you wanted to live your life. I'm with that. I'm totally with that. I would have liked to see your second term. But I like the idea of seeing Kamala's first. But we didn't get some things through the goalposts I think we desperately needed to say. Right? It was that student loan debt thing is still, right? Still even pisses me off. Why? Probably would have enabled my relationship with Drew a little bit better. It was one of the upsets. It's one of the upsets. I just felt like if I rolled on it, and I really believed, and I said, yep, that's happening, that would happen. And it didn't. I don't necessarily know why it was that I saw a Washington Post article like a day or two before your resignation and said how Amanda Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie and showed a picture of all of you guys walking together. It was like everyone had your back. It had a great picture. It was a great picture. I remember, that's why I remember so well. It was the picture that was taken was incredibly striking. It was a good pick.
But that's what I'm saying. They all said they had your back, and then a day or two later, resignation. That's not you. That was them all saying you gotta resign. While the Washington Post said they all had your back, we're going in, full Biden, and suddenly no Biden. So then everyone was all like, Biden. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with all these fake-ass Democrats? The campaigners run you ragged, make you look like you're some kind of elderly slave. So tired that he can't even do a fucking... He can't even take down Donald Trump.
And they think I'm gonna. They think we're, and more specifically me, is going to blame you for it. They didn't see me coming. They never see me coming. I don't blame the individual most often. I blame the group effort. It's the group effort. Again, I love Kamala's posturing right now. I've actually seen some of what it is that she's, on her campaign. I'm seeing it. I'm like, this is good. I love her voice. Oh shit. Oh shit. And she doesn't sound like a newscaster like Obama might have. Obama was beautiful. Please don't understand. Obama's amazing oration wise. One of the best orators of the presidency. This woman is so good at. I think she's going to grab people from. I don't like the term common. I'm sorry. It was like they say common use language and. I don't think that's the connotation. What I will say is accessible rhetoric. Very accessible rhetoric, but in a tone almost a nonchalantness. What's the word? What the fuck is the word? A candidness. Yeah, she sounds candid. Sorry, another goddamn these words, but candid is the word. She sounds very candid. It's not a tone I've heard struck before. Again, I like the idea of Mama Kamala. I think that works. Daddy Trump be feeling kind of like a spooky. Not great. Not great. I don't even think the Christian nationalists are feeling good about that guy. We're all like, It's like, that's kind of it. It's going to look spookier and spookier because more and more people, Dems have to be ready for this. More and more people from the right are going to be joining our ranks. And we gotta chill. Right? Because what do we liberals like to do? We like to fucking eat ourselves out from the inside out. Eat ourselves out. That's so funny. Whatever. We're letting that one stand. It's funny. But we do. We're like incestuously just like fucking imploding on ourselves. Constantly just shredding each other apart over the ideal of like our how specific we need to be over our ideals and how fucking specific we can't like that person, got better like that person more. Nope, we gotta make an example of them. Nope, there's 10 more examples over there. Get me over here, we got the fucking treasure, we got a whole troop of examples back there. Holy shit, send them in. Alright, now get the... But it's just like, it just feels like this. I'm not fucking... No, it really do be like this. And now, there's a bunch of people that might be feeling more sympathetic towards our ideals, huh? They might be joining in. Yes, do we have to be concerned? Or at least consider it. Consider it towards the idea that now there might be like a bit of a blend. Yes, people might be pulling our ideas back towards them as we kind of blend together a bit. Yes, be concerned. Consider it. Concerned. Even maybe I'm a little bit concerned. But we have to be considerate. Yeah, I like the idea of a purple party. I like the idea of a purple party, a third party, right? Where we either all meet together on the center, or I like it much better. All of us over on the scatter plot on the outside come together anyways. That's your fucking 3-party system. But what I'd want it is on fucking paper. That's where I'd want it. I'd want that party to have a fucking vote, a ballot, right? I'd want their own primary. I'd want strength. I'd want them to have involvement. I'd want them to be rooted. I'd want them to have lobbies. I'd want them to have corporate interests. I'd like them to have, like, national interests. Like, international interests. Investments into communities. Investments into banks. Again, this petri dish has trouble coming together if all it's concerned about is conformity to itself. That is homogenization. Fuck that. We talked about a salad bowl. I want a fucking salad bowl. I want a salad bowl. I don't want to homogenize. I want discourse. I want to argue and shit. I want to feel good about it. Not my fault I'm right all the time. Fucking deal with it. You guys all fucking coded yourselves, get so goddamn upset. Got so fucking focused on holding the right. I don't know what fucking pain we're running from. I don't know what mistakes we must have made. What we're arbiting for. But like, it's just, what am I arbiting for? All right. Well, a few months back, right, a certain nation I liked, called Israel, got attacked. It wasn't a month, so 12 months ago, all a year ago. They got attacked. By a bunch of people who were purposefully stoked up by the sovereignty of Israel for a decade or two prior. And before that, for decades longer. Before it was specifically a named group of people. That was getting stoked up. And a bunch of people, right, start organizing. And when they're organizing, right, a bunch of people in Israel, bunch of their SIGIN folks over in the borders, right, they're ladies. They look at these people, and they're just starting to they'll start grouping together. I don't like the looks of this. And then they're over there on the other end of the line. It's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. You're so fucking stupid. You're so fucking stupid. You gotta stop fucking calling in like this. I'm gonna have you fucking jailed. Nobody's organizing. Shut the fuck up. And so the woman over here is just like, okie dokie then. So then those people who are organizing outside is kind of break this.
and they just take a bunch of these women hostage. They're like, I don't necessarily like the looks of this. They're literally currently coming in and they're taking us hostage. And they're like, shut the fuck up. Oh my fucking god, you're such a stupid fucking liar. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, they're not no, they are not coming in there. They're not taking you hostage. Oh my fucking god, we're gonna imprison all of you. And so now, these women and a bunch of other people and civilians, bunch of other women, right? So it's the women. Just take it hostage. Over 100. 1,000 or so, plus 1,000 plus, are killed brutally on cameras, right? Got a lot of internalization here. People, looks like it was literally just allowed to happen. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. But you see, the sovereignty the sovereignty starts taking the same people that they were like, I'm going to have you sent in prison if you keep lying about the people who are currently kidnapping you. Right? Now they're like, they took our women! They took our troops! Look what they did! Look what they did. It was the Washington Post I read this about on. I'm dramatizing it a bit. They took our women! How could they? I have no idea. I myself have no idea how they could have taken the women. No, don't ask me. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. No. I have no idea. Hands down, zero clues. You want to interrogate me? Don't interrogate me, man. You were the one who gave the order. Now they're trying to come after me. Man, I was just over here trying to tell these crazy, wild and out bitches to stop running their fucking mouths. Why is the sovereignty of Israel and their government be looking sexist? I don't know. Either the Washington Post is responsible for that, or the sovereignty of Israel is responsible for that. Well, one of the two. Something tells me the Washington Post is fine. And something tells me the sovereignty of Israel isn't. But okay. So yeah, we keep making a big deal about the hostages. By the way, they're still not freed, but turn all of Gaza into rubble and just create a famine, herd a presidency, just fucking bomb a bunch of women and children, right? Like, target civilians specifically with Operation Lavender, just send in a bunch of explosives through civilian equipment and just bomb them. Bomb a bunch of civilians, it was casual damage, or it was fucking casualties, right? So just kind of damage is it? Collateral damage, right? Casualties of war. What can be done? And we still didn't save the hostages we keep belly aching and make such a big fucking deal about. No, let's just bomb everyone in Lebanon and not focus on the hostages? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? You guys gotta tell me what the fuck is going on. I'm all ears. Get it? Ears? What's going on? What's the plan? What's the plan? Huh? We ain't even putting the mob boss Mike in on this one. I wanted to know. Well, it continues to be a very big head scratcher for me. Kamala, right? I'm pretty certain he's stating that we support Israel no matter what, but it's a big thing to state right now. It's a big thing to state right now, as she is running for president. And she does have to support them. They're our ally. We're the United fucking States of America. We're the free world, right? Of course we're the free world, but it's not like we're just the free world. We're also the United States of America. We're literally like we're the Nazis 2.0, you see. I'm not even being that sarcastic. You can go ahead and cast me down for the fact that our military fucking took Nazi scientists willfully, happily. Fuck. I mean, Van Buren. That's just one of it. We took the Nazis' pageantry. We took the Nazis' lore. We took their mysticism, their romanticism. We took everything. We said, yep, that's pretty strong total war machine. Better go, you know? Right? And then the ideology, the mindset, right, of the Nazis never left, never died. This may have even been orchestrated from the inside. It would be so efficient, so brutal, but so efficient that nobody could turn their eyes away from it. Anybody who was aware that such a paradigm could exist would seek to perpetuate it. So that's the United States, knowing this, said, no, well, better be us. We're the arbiters of the world, after all. But yeah, that's what we are. Well, the old Nazis are dead, so now we have to be the new Nazis. Because if there's no new Nazis, somebody else is going to be the new Nazis. Welcome to the United States of America. We're trying to do better with the multiculturalism and we don't like the anti-ableism these days. Actually, wait. We don't like the ableism. Yeah. Oh, do you know what I mean? We don't like the ableism. Yes, we don't like the anti-ableism. We're putting the disableds like me down. Shut up, Mike. We don't like the ableism, right? We seem to not like sexism, but we've removed reproductive rights as an understood underlying thing that
a female-born citizen of the United States should get to see to fully enact their agent selves. I, uh, would Hitler have banned abortions? No, dead ass. Would Hitler have banned abortions? Well, the GOP does. I don't think Hitler banned abortions. It's another one. There was another one. It was like, oh yeah, well Hitler was a pedophile. Eva Braun was like 14. I'm just gonna keep bringing it down. I was like, Eva Braun was like 8 years old when Hitler started courting her. Hitler, the ripe age of 76. Holy shit! You should have seen it. It was a travesty. It was just diddling little girls left and right. I couldn't. You just couldn't. Oh my god! You can't unsee it. You can't unsee it. Yeah, the GOP banned abortion. They didn't ban it. They removed any tenet that we had on the federal scale of ensuring its protection. They moved us much closer to banning abortion than we have ever been federally. Because of the Supreme Court shows that it can remove something used to protect abortion, that the Supreme Court might be able to uphold something that would hurt it. And over and over and over and over again. That's why the Supreme Court is such a big fucking deal. The judiciary is often not understood or respected as like the thing that's like the pulse. It's like the pulse. And it's the long form. The judiciary is the long game. The longer that it is that the judiciary is controlled by the wrong individuals, the closer we will become to what I feel is the destruction of the free world in our nation as we know it. Talk about fucking stonewalling shit in Congress, the House, the Senate, as much as we fucking want. It's the fucking judiciary that ruins us. Or at least has ruined us in the past. I'm hearing about sweeping amounts of shit that has been called and ruled on recently. Not to mention what this would mean for all of the cases that we've previously evoked and already made calls on in the past. Of course not. No, we would never be taking a look at those left behind. They'd have to wait like another 5 or 10 years and have a decent amount of money and resources on the outside to be able to do anything like that. No, it's not a political issue at all. Trump, you put in some really fucking not greats into my judiciary. I'm gonna have to drain that swamp. Yes, I think there's some draining to be done over and closer to my home rungs, right? My wheelhouse. But
we're going for a moment not saying that your swamps need to be drained all the same. And I got a big fat list. Suppose we say Trump double bluffed his way through the insurrection of the Capitol. Maybe he has some kind of thread or evidence to showcase that he was just a puppet the whole time, right? But we can still take advantage of all the individuals who are not aware of such a interior paradigm. And still just said, oh yeah, they insurrected the Capitol, but me still in power. Pretty easy. We actually are. We libs over here have a running and rolling list of everybody, President Trump, right? I'm sorry. I still call presidents who served president. As I understood it, that was kind of one of those title things. Problem is, the GOP wouldn't even call President Obama when he was president. Call him Mr. Obama. But if President Trump really was just a big old piece of bait, then we have our results. Look no further. But we libs are so good at turning in on ourselves, I'm certain we all have a lot of ideas as to who our favorites are and who our least favorites are. I specifically seem to like the individuals who piss off everyone at once. And for the longest time, that was Donald Trump. But he created a nice shift. Were you into older style GOP politics, or are you into this new weird identity style of GOP politics that started brewing up in and around the Tea Party bullshit and nonsense in around '08? That identity shit. That was weird. Right? It didn't even that matter, right? It didn't matter the identity. That was about money. It was you animate enough people to think that something's good. You just get them talking about it. I mean, create the look of something mattering enough to enough people, and it's like, oh wow, what an interesting economic change. While it is that this has all been like output during the recession, and like we're all questioning the way it is that our financial systems work. Thank God we avoided those assholes. Holy shit. Right, remember, I'm a left leaning libertarian. Those fucking quacks on the right. Yikes. LOL. Um, but the fact of the matter is that it's just. I love that. It's just the most obviously destabilizing attitude ever to have. Why should I pay taxes? I'm my own owned person. Why should I be considered a part of the sovereignty? I say that if we ever get our asses attacked, they just leave my ass out of it. Hey man, I'm just trying to farm my turnips. Hey, I say that I'm my own sovereignty. You can't. Are you saying that you own the airspace that exists between here to here? No, sir, this is my territory. No. No, it's not. No, you're not. I I own the space that I'm in. I do not. I'm not allowed to be anywhere. I need to purchase context. I need to purchase context. You purchase your right to exist. Again, I'm a left-leaning libertarian. You quacks on the right don't even have anything fucking figured out past not even selfishness, egocentrism. You haven't gotten past that end of the political sphere, right? And it's like we even learned about this in Poli Sci 101. The order of a system is really only as pertinent as its individuals might be ready to ascribe to the idea that things are better, that they believe that things work better when they output things to an external system that safeguards them all as one. If that doesn't exist, right? If the people can't see past the selfishness of I'm in this for me, then it doesn't work. But the thing is that my dad's argument was always that capitalism was the system in place that best utilizes the human condition. That self-interest, it taps right into it. It's like, no, it wasn't about the self-interest. You're making it about rewards. No, that I've lived in America for some decades now. It's not about the rewards. It's not how they drive you anymore. They drive you with dysphoria. They drive you with fear. It's exactly the way you explained it to me. It's the way they used it in Nazi Germany. It's like a soft generator of fear that they put on you, not in regards to the world and the situation of it, but in regards to you, the individual, and how you're doing it wrong. That soft noise generator is always on. I can hear it. I can hear it fucking pulsing. A lot of times you were it, Dad. But it's just after a while. That super ego you learn to note from your parents, you realize that same voice gets picked up by the media, or you pick it up from the media. If you don't rail against your parents, you won't rail against that voice. That's the voice. All right. We got to get back into our shit here. It's been a long one. I don't know if I want to. I'm supposed to be playing games while I do this, you're saying. They both got a treat. That's right. Yeah. Just making sure. Food in their bowls. Water in their dish. I should go in there in an hour. I guess Drew doesn't text back. He said that he'd be happy to hang out this weekend, but guess not. Yeah, I'll stop it here.